What's up, everybody? It's your boy Kyrie Nasir, and yes, I'm back with another YouTube video. Before I get started with this video, I'm gonna need all you guys and girls to go and click the subscribe button to my channel so that you can know exactly when I post my next video. And also, I'm gonna need you to make sure the little bell is on for the notification so that you are aware as soon as the video drop, okay? And then to help me so much, can you please press the big thumbs up and like this video. And if you really like it, share it to friends and family, okay? So we're not gonna waste no more time. Let's start the intro. What's up, you guys? It's your boy Kyrie Nasir, and I'm back with another video. Before I start, please be sure to subscribe to my channel, okay? I need that. I need my subscribers to go up, so please, if you can, subscribe to my channel, okay? And please be sure to smash the thumbs up, okay? Be sure to like this video, okay? Please. And also, all right? Now, as you guys can see from the title, I think you can see this is my part 2, okay? My part 2 of the video between me and my daddy's issues, okay? So, as you see, okay, from my title, me and my dad have fallen out again, okay? And this time, it might be for good. It might be for good. So, before I freaking get into the story, I'm gonna need to take a glass of wine to the head real fast because this story, when I tell you, is just so stressful, and y'all are going to understand where I'm coming from, okay? So first, this is one of my favorite wines, okay? Listen, I don't even know if it's focusing. I don't even really know how to pronounce it like that, but this is one of my favorite wines, all right? And I'm gonna need a glass of this because when I tell you, this is like a roller coaster that has been going on for many years. And honestly, you guys, after that last video, I thought perhaps the roller coaster was over, the ride. Like, I'm just tired of going back and forth. So it's just stressful. Now, first, I'm gonna use this thing to take the cork out. Ta-da! Okay. So now that I got this, I'm gonna take a sip. Very good, okay? Now I could dive into the story. So first off, let me start this off by, I know it's been like a month since I uploaded a video, but like I'm about to tell you guys, it's been so much going on I had to figure out and do to try to like scramble at the last moment to get my life together. Because soon as I had everything moving great, I started my blazer business. I started, putting my hand into another business such as these. These are my hoodie line coming out soon, okay? I'll tell y'all the name and stuff like that in the future. But right now, it's just another business venture I'm working on right now. And soon as it seemed like I was getting everything on the right path, it just seemed like, this came out of nowhere and like derailed a couple of things. So let me first start off by my father. I think y'all remember the night of the versus battle between Keisha Cole and Ashanti? Well, I was with my mom at her house and we're sitting there eating, and I received a call from my dad out of nowhere. I answered the phone. As soon as I got on the phone, he started going off. And I'm sitting there stuck because it came out of left field. When I tell you, the last time I had seen this guy was like the week prior. And I was in Philly and I was talking to him. I came to see him. And then I was flying to Atlanta the next day. And far as I know, we had no problem. I showed him my photos from my Blazer line and everything being finalized, and told him it was dropping within that week. And he was proud. And we were just sitting there talking on the couch with my little brother. Everything was fine. I think we had a phone conversation after that. And again, everything was fine. Out of nowhere, he just called me going off for nothing. And I know you guys like, okay, well, it had to be for something. No. See, you guys don't know him like that, okay? A lot of his behavior is, erratic. Like, it just, he screams before he lets you know what's going on or why he's mad or what made him mad or anything. So a lot of time, I'm not sure if you ever dealt with a person where they will just be angry but never tell you what it is you did or what it is they're mad at. They want you kind of to figure it out. That's basically the circumstance in the situation. So I'm like, okay, what's the issue? So it just was like a lot of rambling or whatever. And my mom was sitting there too. And she tried to grab the phone and was like, what's going on? Like, what's the problem or whatever? And it just was a lot of just screaming. And frankly, nobody wanted to hear it. Because he still wasn't saying what it was he was screaming about. He just was just loud, just screaming. And calling me disrespectful and stuff like that. And we're like, what did he do? What did he do? Me and my mom just keep asking, what did I do? So it was really getting nowhere. So the conversation ended. I spoke to his girlfriend that evening, and she said, well, your father wants his car back. Pause. Now, let me just tell y'all this. I think it was about 2 years ago now. I had a car. The car started, the check engine light came on and stuff, and then I took it to the shop. But it was a car that I had when I left high school, and I had used all through college, and then I was in my adulthood still using that car. So I had the car for about 4 or 5 years, and I was like, when I took it into the shop, they basically was like, the amount of money that was going to cost to fix the parts, for all that, I wanted a new car, and I wanted a new car anyway. And I had planned on getting a new car, just not at that moment. So I told my mom and my dad about it, and they supported me in getting a new car or whatever. We actually all went to the car dealership, and when I got to the car dealership, I was 23 at this time. I had just turned 23. And I didn't have any credit. Only thing that was on my credit history was my student loans, and I really didn't have a credit history. So when they ran the car note with my Jeep, and that was the car I was trying to get, or that's the car I got. When they ran my credit for the Jeep, it the note was high. It was really high on it. So I was there with my mom and my dad, and my dad, I'm at the sales associate at the car dealership asked my dad if he could run it with me and my dad on it, as in my dad's the co-signer. My dad agreed. The guy ran it. It came back still high. So the guy actually suggested putting it in my dad's name, running it with my dad's name, because my dad had good credit and, of course, a credit history. He's in his 40s. So ran in his credit and everything came back fine, and the note was doable. So we proceeded. I put down a down payment for the car, and the car went in his name. However, he had never drove the car. He's never drove the car. He's never paid a penny for the car. Not the car note, not the car insurance. I had to get on his car insurance, and I would just cash out him money or drop him off money, because at the beginning of it, he didn't have cash app. You know how older people be like, no, I don't want the government in my money, all this other stuff. That's basically how he was. So he didn't have a cash app. So I would actually have to physically meet up with him to go and drop the money off for the car insurance. But the car note, I actually paid. Every car note I paid. He's never paid a penny on the car. So when I heard from his girlfriend that he said he wanted his car back, someone who's never paid $1 on a car, never paid, any maintenance fees or anything, no car insurance, never even drove the car. It is crazy that they could think that they're in charge of the car or this is their car just because the car is in his name. And to me, that was just like a super low moment because as your child, as a parent, it's crucial that I have a car. I have to get around. I have to make money. I need a car. So the fact that you would get mad at me about what we don't even know at this moment and not even talk to me, but the first thing you do is say, I want my car back. That's like so low. That's like so low. That's like knowing somebody it just got out of jail, is on, parole, and get mad and saying, I'm calling your parole officer. Like, you just go, why are you doing this? Like that's something low that you do. You don't do that. You communicate whatever your issue is and y'all discuss it. But to say, I'm taking my stuff back, and you really know it ain't your stuff, that's just like really low. So that's neither here or there. At that moment, I just was like, okay. Because like I told you, I was like 20. I had just turned 23 when I first got the Jeep. But now I'm 25. And this happened like the last week of January. So I'm 25. I know it's never been a situation in life where things happen and I did not turn out better than what I, originally started. So I just really have faith in the situation. I didn't know what my credit was. I didn't know anything. I was just fresh coming off my birthday and New Year's and starting my blazer line the week prior. I didn't know what to do, but I just really had faith in the situation that everything would work out. I said, okay. I said, give me into the first week of March. I should be able to have a down payment to buy the car that I want, or give this back, or just give me some time because I was really trying to concentrate on putting as much money into my business as possible. So, and this just like came and messed up the whole flow of things, especially because I still had bills and everything. I just really was just like caught off guard with this whole situation. So I said, give me to the first week of March. This was like the last week of January. He said no. He said no. And he said, you have until, this actually happened on January 22nd. He said you had until February 22nd. At that point, I felt like it was a personal thing because for you to be going so hard about this car situation and still at that moment have never said what it was that he was mad at. And then to be so adamant about taking it back when you know I need transportation and he know I had just started a business. It just was like, this was something I felt like he was doing to, really get at me. For why or for what, I don't know. I don't know what his whole situation was with that, but I felt like it was a personal attack on me. And speaking to his girlfriend, she said while we was on the phone, that YouTube video that you did was a slap in the face to your father. And I remember being like, what YouTube video? And she's saying it was the video I posted after I posted the video of me and my dad, which was, I think it was my childhood traumas video. And I remember thinking and I had to go back and watch it. I actually went back and watched it twice. I'm gonna put a link in my description to that video. Nowhere in that video was there anything that was that could be considered a slap in the face to anybody in that video. And I really want to talk to people on a scale of everything. When things have happened to you, and this is something that you lived and something that you felt in your emotions, it is no reason why you shouldn't be able to share your story with anybody. Anybody. In fear of how the person who made you feel that way is going to take it. That's not your fight. That is not your fight. You're only just sharing your experience. You're only sharing your experience. You're not blaming anybody, or I know I wasn't in my video. I wasn't blaming anybody. I actually was extending an olive branch and talking about moving forward and how we can be better. So it was nothing that, should have been taken as a dig. But I think with people, it's oftentimes hard for them to hear their wrongs, especially when they know they have made mistakes or they know the stuff that you're saying is true. It's hard for them to take it in and actually hear it. They might know it, but it's one thing that the person is actually voicing it, that it's kind of off-putting and can make somebody feel some type of way. And it has nothing to do with me. It's all about that person. Because you should never get mad at somebody for sharing their story. You should never. That's like somebody, being raped. You never get upset with them for sharing their story because it makes you feel some type of way. Like it doesn't make sense. You're supposed to comfort the person. So I really didn't understand that part. And to each his own. I know how everybody is in regards to him, because as we talked about in our video together, his delivery, and a lot of people don't, actually tell him the truth about his actions. And it caused, so when I act, and he even said it, it's hard for him to take it from me, especially because I'm younger than him and I'm his child. He feels as though I should have always, let him run wild. Whenever he wanted to say anything or do anything, I was always there to, catch it and give my rebuttal. He didn't like that. So, with that being said, that's why our relationship always has so much turbulence. And I remember being on the phone with him about the car situation, and I remember hearing him say, my mom got both of us on the phone, and he said to me on the phone, I said, Dad, what is your issue? Because you still haven't said your issue. You keep talking about the car, it's taking all this other stuff back. Okay, what is your issue? You still never said your issue. It's 2-3 days now after the incident of you calling me and going off, but you still never said what's your issue. He said, my issue is that you're rude and disrespectful. Rude and disrespectful. The last time I said, like I said to you guys, we were on his couch and I was talking. We really don't talk too often because our relationship is like so touchy. So I set up where I'll come see him, talk to him, and when I say talk, like we'll talk about surface stuff, like as in clothes and stuff, or just have little communication, just about soft stuff, because big topics we really can't talk about because we disagree on mostly everything. So it's like, what part was disrespectful or rude about anything that we talked about? I said, when I was at your house, were you upset at me? He said, yeah. I said, about what? He said, I just don't speak on everything. Now, that's not true. One thing about him, he speaks on everything. He speaks on everything. But even then, I said, what was the issue? He said, and his girlfriend also said when I spoke to her later, that the issue was he texted me on Christmas and New Year's, and I never responded. Now, here's the thing, you guys. I'm not a texter. Everybody that knows me know I'm not a texter. I'll call everybody or whatever like that, but I'm not a texter. I'm not a texter. And it's not purposely. It's just that I sometimes forget that the text came in or read it and think that I responded or whatever. But for these instances, Christmas and New Year's, everybody with a cell phone knows for holidays like those ones, people are sending a lot of text messages to you, a lot of people, just to say, how are you? Happy holidays, happy New Year's, whatever the situation is. Well, as many months come through, you don't get a chance, or at least I know I don't get a chance to sit there and respond to everybody. I don't get a chance to do that, especially because I think I was out that night of New Year. I was at a nightclub that night. And Christmas, I don't know what I was doing, but I didn't see it. It wasn't personal. It just was something I didn't see. But the situation is, it's always been like a rivalry between my father and my mom. Not my mom, though. It's been my dad's side thinking, oh, you treat your mom's side better. That's been the story of my life, hearing that forever. Oh, your mom, you love them so much. Da, 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 da. No, it's not that. It's not that I love any side more than the other. It's not that. It's the fact of the matter that on my mom's side, if we have issues, which I never have issues with anybody over there. Never have issues. I love all my cousins, my aunts, my uncles, everybody. No issues on my mom's side, ever. But on my dad's side, it's totally different because nobody is honest about things that they have done in our relationship that caused us to be where we are now. On my mom's side, I feel like I've always been supporting. From my dad and my dad's side, not so much. Not so much. So naturally, I spend more time over my mom's side. And that's just the reality of the situation. That's just the reality. I have had proms where people didn't show up. I think my dad wasn't even at my junior prom. He wound up showing up to my senior prom, but he didn't even come over. He stood at the corner of the block and looked down. We don't have no pictures together or anything like that at neither one of my proms. Junior prom, he wasn't there. Graduation, none of them showed up. My dad showed up. He showed up. He was the only one that showed up. But everybody else that was invited, such like my grandparents, like aunts, nobody showed up. When I went to college and I had a Trump party, when I went to IUP, nobody showed up. Birthdays, nobody called. I get a text if anything, but like it's just like that. It's like, and I'm the first grandchild. There's only three. There's only three of us. But on my mom's side, my grandma had 30. And it was a total different scenario where we all got love or felt it. And I just don't feel that over there. And you know, different strokes for different folks. I don't even take it personal. I just, keep it moving and shrug it off. But it's the animosity over there. It's the animosity for no reason. And with that being said, it's just a lot of negative energy that I no longer have time for. If it is not positive, I don't want it. I don't want it, especially because this has been going on for about 25 years. And that's why that other video was such a big video for me to do. It was so much stuff that I really, really, really wanted to address, but I felt like it would be counterproductive to the situation, which was ultimately for healing. It was for healing on both parties, where we both can talk and understand each other and get everything out there and move forward. So I really didn't want to bring up anything that would have just, prompted a going back and forth mode. Like, I didn't want that. So I just tabled everything and just put it to the side and left it alone. Like I've done multiple times. And that's why we talked in that video. I think we need to show a flashback real fast. Y'all remember in that video where I said, I've reached out to you, and he was like, no, you only reached out that one time when you was going to college. You're not receptive to the whole situation. Yeah. So when I would reach out, I was met with combativeness. Probably. And then we'll go some more time. Mm-hmm. And then we'll go some more time. And then we'll go some more time. But it would be sporadic. It would be like a call, try to talk, goes nowhere, hang up, time. Call, try to talk. And it was a domino effect for a long period of time until I graduated high school. And then it was like, that was really like one of the last instances of that situation. But I reached out so much. Reached out to you, and he was like, no, you only reached out that one time when you was going to college for money. I was like, I think I said, no, I said that is from your perspective versus what actually happened, or something like that. I said, run it. That was the situation. I have reached out so many times to keep trying to get us over a hurdle, and it just was like we kept going backwards. And I don't have time to move backwards. I want nothing but my future to be, full of abundance and wealth and positive vibes and good spirits. I don't have time to keep arguing about nothing. So what wound up happening is that I think that week or the week after that or whatever, I wound up going out to look at cars. And to my surprise, I haven't even checked my credit since the first car. I haven't checked it since then. So I didn't know where I was landing at. I wound up being approved for the car that I have now, which is a Jaguar. I wound up getting a Jag and leaving my Jeep. And now that's a bill he's going to have to pay. He's going to have to pay it for being smart for no reason. For no reason. When it could have just been a conversation. To this day, we literally have no real, idea of what his issue is. And to this day, I literally have no care in the world to figure out what it is. Because when you have an issue, it's either you say your issue or you don't say your issue and move on. But don't just keep throwing inklings out there, oh, you're rude. Tell somebody. If you're saying somebody's rude, and that's not even the situation, because I haven't even talked to him or been around him. We had nothing but great vibes last time I was around him. So I just think this man is personally going through stuff on his own. And it's a lot. It's a lot about our past that I have never spoke about. And one day I will. One day I will, because I always wanted to. And I feel like the reason why I always wanted to is because I want to share with people so many different experiences I've been through in life and different things that nobody would probably ever think I've dealt with, and show them that stuff didn't stop me. And I continue to keep going and, being better. But one thing I'm not about to do is keep hashing out something of the past. I think he brought up in the conversation something that happened when I was in the 6th grade. 25 right now. I'm not about to do this with you. I'm not about to keep doing this with you. The same situation every time we have a conversation. Son in the 7th grade, son in the 6th grade. I don't want to hear it. And at this point, I'm grown. I don't need to hear it. I've never lived with him since I lived with him when I think I was like 2. I don't ask this man for money. Now my car not in his name. He don't pay no bills of mine. We don't have nothing to talk about at all. And with that being said, I want to leave everybody with, do not ever let somebody make you feel bad for sharing your story or your experience at all. If it is your story, you have the right to tell it. If it's your experience, you have the right to tell it from your point of view. And if that makes them mad, so be it. So be it. It has nothing to do with you, but everything to do with them. Thank you again for watching my channel, okay, you guys? I want to round this video out before it gets so long, okay? Again, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. And if you haven't already, press the like button, okay? And make sure the bell is on for future video notification. Once again, it's your boy Kyrie Nasir signing off. I'll see y'all soon.